Pay attention, young people, because this is one of those rare occasions where I might actually have something useful to say. So, my two biggest problems today were my chocolate covered strawberries. When I would take a bite of them, they dropped the chocolate. So, I ended up with chocolate off of my chocolate covered strawberries. Very upsetting. My other problem was that I wanted egg salad made from the Easter eggs, but nobody came in to do it for me. Like there was no egg salad fairy or bunny or anything, so I had to make it myself. And if those sound like not very big problems, you are absolutely right, which is my entire point. When I was younger, I used to think, like most people who are young, that if something didn't work out, it was the end of the world. If I didn't get this job, if I didn't get this contract, if I didn't get this grant, oh my God, the world as we knew it was going to end and I was a failure. And if I lost this tournament, things were just going to be terrible. And if I broke up with this guy that I was going out with because he just did not seem like the one for me, that I was going to end up without any kids. And none of that happened. And the world's still going on quite well. Thank you very much. My mom, when I was a kid, had a poem hung up in her house, an Irish prayer, I think it was, and it said, "We thank the Lord for those who love us, that they love us. And we ask the Lord that those who don't love us, may He turn their hearts. And if He doesn't turn their hearts, may He turn their ankles, so we will know them by their limping." And my brother used to point out also that if he turned their ankles, they couldn't catch us, or we could chase them down and beat them, which my mother did not think was a very Christian view. My point is, which you have probably by now despaired of me ever having, that even when things go bad, often, in my business, I have consulting companies, so sometimes we're doing really well and we're making tons of money and getting every contract, and we are just the flavor of the month, and everybody wants to be our new best friend. And the same with competition. Sometimes you win and you're up there on the podium and everybody wants to claim about the time that they were your friend and they helped you out. And other times, not so much. And when those times happen, you see the people who are still around. And the benefit of that is that you know those people are your real friends. And yeah, it's tough that sometimes there are people you expected would be there and they're not. But maybe that's God's way of showing you by their limping that they're not really friends. So my point is that things will work out, that it's not make or break every day. And often young people don't give themselves any slack. You're not perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm old and wrinkly, and Gary Butts has always called me old lady, and people say, don't you get upset when he calls you that, you know? No, because I am an old lady. And you know what? It doesn't suck. I thought, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to compete anymore, and the world as we know it is going to end, and all those old people are just depressed and they're just putting a good face on it, some of them. No, actually, like I said, my biggest problem today was the chocolate fell off of my chocolate covered strawberry. So the things you're stressing about probably aren't worth being upset. Tomorrow's another day and you could start over. And if the worst thing in the world happens, so what? You lose your job, you find another job. You break up with that guy, you find another guy. There are 6 billion men on this planet. You only need one. I mean, I'm not into that whole like weird kinky group sex thing, so I would say one is good. Relax. It'll be okay.